Yeah, you also said in the same video, I think, that you took a year off after maybe you've been away for a while. What year was that you?
After we were touring for a year and a half with the first record, and then when I got home, I didn't go on tour for a year. I did some gigs and I did lots of bits and bobs, but I didn't. I wasn't on tour for a year, so I kind of used that time to write the record and arrange the record and record it and do the artwork and all that kind of stuff. So it was a year off from touring, but it was actually one of my busiest in terms of actually doing things.
Can you recall the moment when you came back then after that first big tour on your own? What kind of period was it, the first weeks when you were back? Was it immediately starting to work, or did you maybe step away from music for a while? Some days, maybe weeks?
Not really. I mean, initially I think, excuse me, initially it's a bit weird not having a schedule. That's the weird bit, I think, that you start off thinking, where am I going today, and what, and especially if you don't have the 9 people around that were always there, and that's always a bit of a weird one. But yeah, it takes a little getting used to just being in the same place for longer. But then it means you can get stuff done, and you can see people that you've missed, and you can just the normal stuff that the errands that you've got to run and normal.
The disciplined life, maybe when it comes from touring, that living by a schedule, is that something that you benefit from?
Something you just sort of get used to, that you've got to be somewhere at a certain time. I mean, obviously everyone does, but I think we're on your tour, everything is changing all the time, but you got to follow your book. You've got to follow the thingy. So that's the bit that changes.
But I was just wondering, when you come home and after a tour, are you disciplined when it comes to writing your own songs?
No, not really. No, I've heard of people like Nick Cave famously sort of goes in at 9 o'clock and works till lunch, and then comes back after lunch and works till 5, and that's it. And that was, that's great. I'm not really that way inclined. I don't really. I tend to just not write a song for a couple of weeks and then write a couple, in the same sort of vein. That would be more my way of doing it.
What kind of moments are that when you feel that you do pick the fruit of your?
It just depends. It depends on the song. Sometimes you can be just watching a program and watching a film, and an idea will come to you about a scenario for a song, and or sometimes there's upset to be thought about. But each song is sort of different, really.
And is it then mostly a melody that it starts with, or are you already thinking about some subjects you would like to sing about? Or?
Usually it would be like a line and a melody at the same time, and then I would sort of hang the song on the rest on that, or sometimes it would just be a general idea for a song, but each one's kind of different, but I don't write out like a list, the words and then figure out a song to go around it.
So when this idea sticks with you, you think then it proves that it's good, maybe that it has some quality.
Yeah, I mean, there's the first verse chorus sort of scenario when you write something and then you're kind of into it, but then you sort of forget about it. If you forget about it, it probably wasn't that good an idea in the first place.
Yeah, I was just wondering, do you still also practice some theater?
No.
That's a past closed chapter, or?
No, but did you read that on my Wikipedia page?
Yeah, I saw it. I was just curious if that's still something that you practice or do.
I hate Wikipedia.
Yeah, then that's good. We've asked the source instead of the.
No, I mean I did some plays in college.
But that's long time ago.
A long time ago. I tried to change my Wikipedia page because there's lots of lies on it. Okay. Not lies, but just like a joke that you might say in an interview that then they write down as fact and things.
Okay.
And it's just terrible. And I tried to change it, and I got this letter back saying, conflict of interest, you're not allowed to change your own page. So there's so many things on it that just aren't true, and I'm waging a war on Wikipedia.
How is it actually for you as a person that now, with what you do, of course, is some fame involved, that people start writing things about you, and there's a lot of things about you to find out. Is that something that you learn to live with, or you like it, or you dislike it?
I don't think this. I mean, people don't really ask. In general, we're just chatting about music, which is difficult, I think, for it's a difficult subject to chat about. But sorry, I'm going to sneeze.
You can look in our lamp. That helps me.
Oh. Oh no! I had a nearly sneeze.
Yeah.
They're the worst. But no, people don't have, like, it's not like anyone. It's not like I'm, you know. Famous.
Do you maybe close a certain private side? Do you reserve that for maybe yourself in a way?
Oh yeah, like I wouldn't talk about anything private, but then, you know, I wouldn't be asked about anything. But I don't think anyone's really interested. Not that I would say it, but you know, it's I'm a musician. You know, I'm not a celeb. So.
But when it maybe comes to your
thing.
songwriting, do you include there some of your private events, or is that?
Absolutely, you know, as in it's all of my songs are personal and very personal, but when but they're also general in that nobody knows what I'm talking about. You know, they're personal to me, but it's not like I'm saying, oh, this song is about this person, check it out. You know.
Could people maybe in your close surrounding tell?
Oh, maybe. And people will make stuff up, and people will say this song is clearly about them, and they're invariably wrong, you know.
Did they sometimes ask you if it was about them?
Yeah, and well, actually, mostly people will go, "Oh, that song is clearly about that person," and like you just think, what am I supposed to say to that? You know, I don't want to disabuse anyone of that notion because I just don't even want to engage in any kind of chats about what a song is about. But people always assume it's about people that it isn't. But you know, that's up to them, I guess. They want it to be about them, then fine. But
you know better than.
Yeah, exactly. I know what it's about, so I don't mind.